Hey guys, it's Kim from Dodges and Daisies and welcome back to my channel. I just filmed a really long video. I think it might be close to an hour. I just wanted you guys to know that not all my videos are going to be that long. There's definitely going to be a mix of length of video and also a mix of content of video on this channel. I know it's brand new, so I did want to do just a really quick video and something I've never done before on this channel, which is an unboxing video. If any of you guys are new into junk journaling or art journaling or snail mail, collaging, scrapbooking, any kind of paper craft, it can be a little overwhelming when you see people with a lot of supplies. So I recently put in an order with Michelle from Tape and Twine and Tape and Twine Vintage. She has been just doing a huge de-stash of her supplies because she originally thought that she wanted to do a paper and physical ephemera company with a friend of hers, but they decided to do digital instead. So they've been kind of scanning what they have and doing the most gorgeous digital prints. If any of you saw my Valentine's Day mail, most of that was Michelle. That she really just does such an amazing job. But she's de-stashing a lot of her books, a lot of her playing cards, just a lot of the things she has. So I took advantage of that. I'm somebody that definitely believes that if you're going to be a paper crafter, you need to try to be a little thrifty. And I'm somebody that likes to go to antique stores, thrift stores, estate sales, bookstores where I know there's dollar sections or 50-cent sections, because we use a lot of this stuff and it can get really pricey and really expensive. So when I saw that she was doing a de-stash sale with things like dollar books, $3 books, $5 books, I kind of jumped right on. And I wanted to share with you what I got, just in case it could help you when you're looking for things yourself. So first I wanted to say that Michelle is the absolute sweetest, and she put in extras. So I ordered a bunch, but then she threw extras in there that I had no idea she was doing. One of the things was this old music sheet. I love these old music sheets. I always think the covers of them are so gorgeous. The two hearts is so beautiful for Valentine's Day. I also love that it's a German screen operetta because I'm half German and I just kind of find that cool and fun. So I thought that was a really beautiful addition. So thank you so much, Michelle, for putting that in there. She also included, which I did not order and I did not know about, this adorable little book on looks like a Scotty dog. And oh my gosh, the pictures in this are so adorable. And I have two little terriers. One is a Schnauzer and one is a half Schnauzer. And these pictures remind me so much of my own dogs, and there's so many just adorable photos in here. I know that I am probably going to take some of them out and definitely use them as decor in my studio because they just remind me so much of my own little pups, especially Hermione, which is a black dog, that same color. These are just so beautiful. They're so cute. And Hermione does this where she puts her paws over her face. So yeah, that one's definitely getting hung in my studio somewhere, Michelle. So thank you so much for that. She also included this beautiful little New York Guide calendar. I'm from the 30s. I'm a huge fan of that time period. She knows that I'm from New York and that my heart is still in New York, even though we don't live there, that I am a New Yorker through and through. So any kind of New York ephemera just always gets me in the feels. So I appreciate that so much. Something I just absolutely love, I don't know if you guys have heard me talk about this, is vintage playing cards. And I did put in an order when Michelle did her vintage playing card de-stash. I put in quite a bit. I think I'm getting like 260 cards or something like that. But in the books, she hid vintage playing cards within the pages so that when I would flip through them, I would find them. And these are not the ones that I ordered. So I just thought that that was so sweet and so cute, like a little just surprise of flipping through the pages and seeing that she stuck in these little vintage playing cards because she knew how much I loved them. And they are just precious. So thank you so much for that. These were also both books that I didn't order from her that she just kind of stuck in as extras. I, again, personally love these kinds of books. They were like little cards that kids could like glue in next to whatever bird or, animal description that were there. So I have a few of these myself that I found just kind of like antiquing upstate New York, and I personally love them. I bought a bunch of them, and I just think whether you keep them as just like a fun keepsake or you take the cards off and use the cards for journaling, they're just really great to have. The graphics are beautiful, and they're just amazing. And she put 2 in there. This one has butterflies. I feel like I'm not going to be able to not take these apart because like this monarch with the daisies behind it, I don't know, I just feel like I need that in the journal spread. They're so beautiful. So thank you so much, Michelle. These were really, really beautiful surprises. And I know somebody that really loves butterflies, so I might save a couple for her and send those her way too. But yeah, just beautiful. As much as I want to keep this one intact, I feel the temptation to take those beautiful butterfly cards out and use them in journaling, and I have a feeling I'm going to. They're just gorgeous. Now for the books that I did order. I did order these 2. They're a little newer looking, but the pages in them are absolutely gorgeous. So every page is color prints of birds. I mail quite a bit of ephemera packs, both for people that I exchange art mail with and also my Patreon mail every month. And I sell ephemera packs in my shop. So I do sell both like regular ephemera packs, I'd say, that are a mix of vintage and new items, and purely vintage ephemera packs that only have old book pages like this in it. And because I mail this kind of thing so often, having a book like this and the next one too, where just every page you can either fussy cut out the birds or use the entire page. I know that I'm going to just be using this constantly in both my orders when people order those packets, or to friends that I send mail art to, or to my patrons from Patreon. I just think that I can see these books being used up within a couple of months, honestly, because they are just exactly what I look for when I look for things to send to people. And also, I really love when something is easy to be fussy cut, like say these, using those as a decoration in a journal spread or a decoration on an envelope. I use these constantly. So when I saw these 2 books, I absolutely had to grab them. This other one is a field guide. It's the same kind of thing. Each page is filled with really beautiful colored pictures of birds. Again, some of these, especially the owls, because I absolutely love owls, I'll be fussy cutting and I'll be using them either in journal spreads or on envelopes or in my ephemera packs. And some of them that might be a little bit harder to fussy cut, I'll be taking out the full page and again, either using those in my own journaling or mailing them to people who I either exchange with or who order, the little packets that I sell. So all of those were great. Something you guys might not know, because I normally mail this kind of mail in the summer, is I love fish mail. I absolutely love fish mail. My pen pal Betsy, I think, is the one who originally got me into it. I adore it. So this little book has little fishes on every page. You can either send somebody or journal with the full page, just rip it out, it's beautiful, or you can fussy cut out each fish. Some of my most favorite mail that I've sent people have been fish mail. And I know that might sound silly, but it's so much fun to do. The same way you would put like a bird on the cover of an envelope, you could do a bunch of fish with like a blue background. And yeah, I just really, really enjoy doing like nautical mail. So this book is going to be fun along with the other one. These little golden handbooks are gems. Whenever I find one of these, I grab one. You can usually find them in antique stores and thrift stores, but a golden handbook, whenever you see that, they're usually just packed full of great pages and just a lot of really fun illustrations. So if I could suggest that to you guys, but in the summer I will definitely be using these and making some fun nautical mail with them. This How to Grow Annuals, obviously you know that I use botanicals a lot. So this had some really beautiful pages with really beautiful illustrations. Like that it's just beautiful, really great to use in journaling, on envelopes, things like that. This book also has a lot of pages that don't have illustrations, but in my shop I sell just vintage book page packs, because as you guys know, I use this kind of page as backgrounds a lot on my envelopes and in my spreads, so I feel like I use them all the time, that it's just a good thing to have in my shop for people who might not, go out and thrift, or, like for me, I go out thrifting and to bookshops all the time to keep my shop fully stocked, but not everyone is like that. So I offer, packets of 50 pages of pages like this that you can use really easily for background pages. And actually my ephemera packs and my book page packs have been selling a lot this past week, which has made me really happy, because I really enjoy sharing, my collection with people. I definitely keep some of my favorites for myself. As you guys know, I journal constantly, but I really enjoy also sharing all the things that I found with other people, and I do use these kinds of pages in that like 50 pack vintage book page, and they're fun to send. I got two Bobbsey twins, and the reason I got the Bobbsey twins is I've personally found children's books illustrations to be wonderful ephemera pieces, and the Bobbsey twins in particular tend to have just a lot of illustrations. I've just noticed them above and beyond the other kind of books like them and in their time period. So whenever I find a Bobbsey twin book, I normally grab it just because it seems like every other page there's another illustration. And if you're sending out a lot of mail and you're making up a lot of ephemera packs, having that many illustrations is just really, really helpful. So a book like this that I just don't have a personal attachment to necessarily, I might keep one or two of my favorite illustrations, but is really, really helpful when it comes to making up my ephemera packs and making up my book page packs, and also sending out mail to friends that I know could use these in their own journals. So that's why I got the two Bobbsey twins. And then both of these, I've talked before, and I talked in my last video about it, of buying certain books just for props. As you guys know, home decor and studio decor is a huge deal to me. Being featured in Her Studio magazine was like the highlight of my life so far, and it's another true love of my life. Like, just as much as I love creating an atmosphere in my home and an atmosphere in my studio. So having things like, brass antique candles and fresh plants and dried flowers, vintage stamps, old cameras, postcards, like those things to me create the atmosphere of the studio that I want to be in. When I'm in a studio that's filled with beautiful things that inspire me, I feel inspired to craft. And whenever I go through kind of like a slump of crafting, or I don't feel that inspired, to be honest with you, surrounding myself with really beautiful things sparks my creativity and makes it easier for me to craft. So there are certain books that I buy for purely decor reasons that I won't cut up, and I'll just kind of use as decoration in my studio or in my home. This is one of them. I have a lot of the Beverly books. Again, I've never cut any of them. I just think like this illustration is just so beautiful and so inspiring. I can totally imagine just sticking it on a shelf with some dried flowers around it and just feeling really inspired when I sit down to journal. I also was leafing through it, and there are some really, really gorgeous book plates. I'll try to find for you guys. Like that. I mean, the illustrations back then were just so beautiful. People took so much time with them. They're normally like a glossier page than the others. And just going through this book, I was like, I actually might want to read this. This actually kind of seems interesting. So I might actually read this book as well as display it. And like I said, those illustrations are absolutely dreamy. I love books from this time period. 1904 this one is, and they just take so much time, like just with the printing and with the illustrations. I mean, it's just beautiful. So this will not be cut up. This will be saved, but a source of inspiration, definitely. And this one too, this one kind of made me laugh because of how silly I was. I saw a book that looked like this, and I like books that look like this, as I said, to put in my studio as decor. People just don't make books with, like gold plating or really beautiful illustrations anymore. And I just thought, this will not be a book that I rip up. This will be, one of the books that I stick around just to kind of create that very vintage atmosphere that I love so much. I didn't realize when I bought it that it was corn on the cover, and I am severely allergic to corn, like anaphylaxis, can't breathe, in the hospital, allergic to corn. And in December, the reason I kept winding up in the hospital so much was that I had been contaminated with cross-contamination from corn in medications that I had used. So, like, honestly, what was scarier to me than even the surgery was the breathing issues I had were so terrible. I mean, so bad, like 3 rounds of steroids, antihistamines, ER visits, and it was all because of a corn cross-contamination. When I saw this book, all I saw was the beauty of it, and then I opened it and I saw that there was corn on the cover, so I just kind of had to laugh. I was like, well, that's just really silly, Kim. But so I don't know. You guys can tell me in the comments. Do you think it's so pretty that I should just keep it and have it be just one of those little treasures that you just don't come across and decorate with it? Or should I gift it to somebody who will probably also find it really beautiful, but who doesn't have a very bad memory containing corn? You guys can let me know what you think. But as a whole, aside from just me being such a silly goose, I just enjoy every single part of this. And the fact that she put in like extras, like the music sheet, extra books that I didn't even order, and the fact that she stuck in like vintage playing cards like in the pages, so when I opened the books they would fall out and be discovered, I just think is one of the sweetest things. If you guys don't follow Michelle, you really should. I'm not like a huge YouTube watcher, but there are certain channels that I watch almost every single video that they put out, and Michelle is one of those people. She is Tape and Twine and Tape and Twine Vintage on Instagram, and she is honestly one of the people that every time she puts out a video on YouTube, I watch it. It is very calming. She sits down with you with a cup of tea and just shares her favorite things, and I have just found her to be a very genuine, kind, caring, just authentic person. For me, like, authenticity just tops everything, and I've just found her to just kind of be who she is, and who she is just very kind. So I love that. Like, I will sit down with my own cup of tea while she has a cup of tea and watch her videos. And she just has beautiful products. And like I said, she's getting rid of a lot of them right now as she's switching over to digitals. So I would suggest that you guys visit her page and scoop up some of these really fun deals that you kind of can't find for the prices that she's giving them. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed my first unboxing video. It was so much fun to share with you guys, and in the comments let me know. I am just, like I said, just silly. This is a really silly thing. And if anybody knows of somebody that would love something like this, you can leave that in the comments as well. All right, I will talk to you guys soon. I hope you have a wonderful day or night wherever you are, and I hope that looking through these vintage treasures made you smile, and I'll talk to you soon.